Boy up, it's D&D in the building. Purdue power, no ceiling. Yeah. Double D back, that's Derek and Dalton. Talking gold blood, Mackie Ben Moulton. Black and gold dreams, banners we folding. Paint crew loud, every rim gets swollen. Stats so clean, you think it's a scheme. History books get Purdue screen. From humble to E-Day, legends on replay. We run through Mars like it's just another weekday. Double the energy, talking that legacy. Boiler boys cooking, no recipe. Microphone magic, rivalry static. We breaking it down, keep it cinematic. You want the heat, better tune in fast.
Hello, welcome back to the Double D podcast. My name is Derek, and as always, this is my co-host Dalton. We are coming to you to discuss the Purdue victory over the Minnesota Golden Gophers, 85-57, a tale of two halves, if you would. All in all, a good victory where Purdue covers the spread. Obviously, it was two different halves. First half was a little iffy. I was in the building, and there was no life in there by the end of that first half. But very quickly, Purdue flipped that around in the second half with the 21-0 run to just blow the game open. And, you know, the last 10 minutes ended up just being the subs getting some run time. So what were your initial thoughts, Dalton, without getting too detailed on the first and second half splits? But, what'd you think of the game? Anybody, really stand out to you?
Obvious, Braden stood out. I mean, that was pretty much it. I guess Lawyer showed up in the second half. First half, I'm looking at the play-by-play. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but it just feels like in the second half we saw a killer instinct, and I'm not quite sure why we can only do that for part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, from what I'm looking, we shot obviously very well in the second half. The first half felt like every time something good was about to happen, we'd get it to 8, we'd get it to 10, we'd make a bad mistake and they'd go down and get a 3-point play. I was sitting there at one point and I believe they had like 12 points and it was a 3 and 3 3-point plays. And it was like, we weren't playing bad defense. It's just they were getting 3 points per bucket. And then, we got it out to 10. It felt like we were going to, go into halftime up 12 or 15. And then they go on a little like 7 or 8-0 run there to finish the half. And you look up and you go, holy shit, how are we only up 3 points? It looked by halftime as if Purdue completely no-showed in the first half. I don't really think that's what happened, in my opinion. Being there, it felt like Purdue was slowly but surely pulling away with the game. We got it to 10 points with like 4 minutes left, and then kind of just had a couple mental breakdowns on defense and let a couple back cuts get to wide open layups. That Crocker Johnson guy hit 3 threes in the first half. It was pretty obvious that our game plan was kind of to let him shoot, and it buried us. He ends up going, I think, 4 for 9 from the game, and that's kind of crazy for him, but we did really do a good job shutting down Cade Tyson, and I was impressed with that. I was impressed overall with the defensive effort. But did you see anything in that first half that really stood out? It's different when you're there versus on TV. I think you can see a little bit more when you're like on TV as far as they show replays, they kind of explain stuff. Is there anything you saw that kind of led to that first half looking as clunky as it did?
Yeah, the final 5:29, I'm looking at it right now, like just trying to jog my memory. It was a 14 to 8 run to close the half. We were up 20 or 31-20 with 4:09 left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. About 4 minutes, I thought, we're going to push this
11-point lead, and then all of a sudden, we give up a layup to Cade Tyson. The effort was there from Braden in the first half. It does kind of worry me sometimes him going that hard or having to go that hard with, like we saw with his hand, something was up with it. Like that one pass, I don't know. That pass he made to DJ where it's 30 feet above his head. I can't remember if that was first or second, but
that was first.
they showed Painter's face, and it was exactly like how my face looked.
Yeah.
It was just Painter sitting there going,
Huh?
yeah.
Well, being in the building for that, there was actually 2 of those throughout the game that were just like wildly off. And I told my dad, because when he got injured, I noticed that he was shaking his hand a lot. And then, like, I don't know, maybe 3 game minutes later, he throws that wild pass. I'm like, something's wrong. He still looked fine out there. They were shooting it good, dribbling fine, but something was off. And then Painter addressed it after the game. He did mention a couple of those turnovers, those wild passes were likely due to that hand. But it was funny.
Right.
The reporters were like, is everything okay with his hand? And Painter was just like, well, he kept playing, didn't he? Like, it was
Yeah.
like I don't know. He seemed fine to me. Like, it was kind of cracking me up. But yeah, I mean, just a weird first half. I don't really have a way to describe it. Like, I don't think it was like the second half of the Iowa State game at all. There was no heads being slumped. There was no, I don't think the effort was even that bad. It felt bad being in the building because honestly, the crowd was ready to go. We got up that 11 points and then it just like all the life got sucked out of Mackey. It was like halftime was almost a bunch of people standing around going, is this happening? Like, what is going on? Like, it really felt that way.
It's not that half. To me, it's playing like that against Minnesota. Up 4 at halftime against a team that doesn't belong on the same court as you. That's what's concerning me. It is, we were up 4, cool.
Three.
3, but I will never understand it with Painter teams where the murderous rage is, where the I want you to never want to come back here and play again is like.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of disagree a little in this game. Now, the Iowa State game, I don't. And for the season, you're right. I mean, we have sucked at starting games. I don't understand it. This felt weird to me. Just being in the building felt odd, like almost like a higher power was coming in and going, we're gonna make this hard on you, Purdue. We're not gonna because we had this game in control, up 11, 4 minutes ago. It could have easily been a 15-point game at half. And then Minnesota goes on a 7-0 scoring run from like the 3-minute mark to the 1-minute mark. And it really wasn't, it was just a couple of back cuts. That Crocker Johnson hit a 3, Purdue, that couldn't really get anything going offensively. And then we kind of flipped to the second half because I don't want this to be a negative postgame. We won by 28. We started the second half and we shoved the ball down their throats. We went inside finally. First few possessions was TKR, then Oscar. Transition. We pushed the ball. I really liked what I saw there, and was just happy to see us go. All right, enough's enough, and come out and start the second half. On a 21-0 run. What did that watch like from home? Like, just how quickly that flipped. It almost felt like the reverse of the Iowa State game.
We saw what Purdue is.
Yeah. Or can be at least.
That is my whole complaint. Like, I'm not calling this a bad game, a bad win. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying when we turn on the engines and these guys decide that you're going to lose by a lot. And I just want to see that consistently from Jump Street. Like, that's all I'm asking. It was a great game. I mean, Clough went off. The only concern that I really had with this game was Omer's defense. I mean, you get a good cutting team and dude looked lost. Looked like his first game again. The starters, fantastic game. I mean, couldn't ask for anything more out of any of them. I mean, 6 players or 5 players in double figures with DJ coming off the bench to get more minutes. Somehow Clough has an even better game than him in less minutes. So,
yeah, and we'll go through the players one by one and kind of what we saw there. My thought process is just like the way that happened to begin the second half to me wasn't to me effort. It was the style that we decided we were going to play faster through the post, aggressive offensively, and just rebounding the shit out of the basketball. And
But that's
that's
effort. Rebounds are an effort play.
well, okay, that's one part of it, but I don't. It wasn't effort.
But
Like I thought
pushing the ball, getting out in transition, that's effort, bro.
I
And
don't
like
think
getting
that's
in their
effort.
faces and eating on defense, that Minnesota couldn't breathe in the second half. That's
Yeah,
effort. I'm gonna say you're wrong here, bro, because it was turned up, and like you said, it's different watching it there from on TV.
yeah.
Like
It just
you
didn't.
could tell they wanted to kill in the second half.
It just. I think my argument isn't that wasn't the case in the second half. Is that I think the effort was fine in the first half. I just don't think we were playing a good style of basketball in the first half. The ball was not going into the post. We were not pushing the pace, and it wasn't effort. It was just a style. I mean, I don't think Purdue's never fast. We never push the ball. I don't think our effort's always a problem. I think it was just a matter of in the second half we decided to attack a team that was clearly weaker. In the first half, we decided we were going to play our slow, methodical basketball. Um, I mean, we still killed them on the boards in the first half. It was just a matter of, in my opinion, like we came out in the second half with a better game plan and a game plan that I think is repeatable that we should do more often. I mean, why is Purdue the 320th ranked team in pace? I have no idea. We have the best point guard in the country. So why are we not getting the ball inside to our bigs? I have no idea. You know, the only time Oscar seemingly scores most of the time is off his own offensive rebound. TKR hasn't been getting the ball in the post. I did like what I saw from him shooting it from a little bit closer in this game. He wasn't shooting the 15-foot push shot. It was more like an 8 to 12 footer. And they went in. So I think that's a big part of it. We can, let me get the stats up here and we can kind of go through those.
I think we are saying the same thing. I'm just calling it effort because I think it takes effort to feed the post, more effort than it does to jack up a three.
Probably
And like you're
true,
calling
yeah.
it stylistically, I'm saying like, yeah, that takes effort to make a post touch, make a post feed, to run the set out to the point where you get a post touch to a post feed. Like that was my thing. I think we can murder teams inside, and I think we would have killed Iowa State had we fed the post better.
Yeah, correct. But to me, there is effort involved. You're right. But it's also like it has to be emphasized by the coaching
Yeah.
staff, by the players. They have to execute. And like this is probably the true point that makes both of our points true. It seems to only happen when we're playing good on the offensive end that we seem to be putting forth more effort on the defensive end. And maybe
Yeah.
it's, one comes before the other. I don't know. But when we score, when we run, when we look like we're, an attacking offensive basketball team, we look unbeatable. But when we go real slow and we get a rebound, we walk it up the floor and guys are dropping their heads when the other team hits a three. Like, who gives a shit if the other team hits a three? Grab the ball and run it up the floor and go hit your own.
Yeah.
So
It was that way last year. When we
yeah,
played with
and
pace last year, like
we did play
really,
faster.
really good team because we, Caleb First is your 5.
But do you think
Or
it's a
TK.
personnel thing this year? Do you think Clough's just not capable of running? Because he played with San Diego's or South Dakota State, and they played pretty fast.
No, I don't think it. I think it is a PJ trying to put on a master class of
Right.
offensive sets. Like, look at me, look at these sets. Instead, like when we could be gunslinging, we got 2 of the best passers in the Big Ten. If Omer would realize he's one of the best passers in the Big Ten.
If Omer would pass the ball, yeah. So let's start. Let's start with Braden. Obviously, the guy had a historic night from an offensive perspective. Goes 15 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds, 5 steals, threw in 2 blocks just for the hell of it. Thought he was literally everywhere, even in the stadium. And that's hard. Normally you don't notice that, but there was probably 4 or 5 passes that he tipped that he didn't get a steal on. I mean, he was everywhere. He's blocking shots. In the beginning of the game when nobody else was making shots, he hit 2 threes in the first half to really keep us in there. Just loved what I saw from him. What were your thoughts on Braden? I'm sure it looked even better on TV.
It did. I mean, that's the motor I'm talking about. I want everybody. He was in everybody's shit on defense.
Oh, he was. Yeah.
He was being a pain in the ass. That's what I want to see, man. Like, I love that. Braden, he was Braden last night. The Braden I know. he played the game. He let the game come to him. His threes were falling. His defense was incredible last night. Like, I mean, those steals, he was getting boards. Like,
Yeah.
we're unstoppable if he plays this way, and everyone else feeds off of it because his motor was so high. That's kind of like in the first half is like his motor was up, and I felt like it took them till the second half, everyone else to catch up to him.
Yeah.
Like, because he was going. I mean, it was a All-American game performance from Braden.
Yeah. And he even said, I think it was Andy Katz or somebody interviewed him after the game briefly. He didn't go to the podium for the presser, but he said something along the lines of like, I feel like my intensity and my defensive pressure was there tonight, and I'm pretty disappointed. I can do that every game, and I need to do that every game, and I haven't been. Basically, is what he was alluding to. So, yeah, being in the building, it was one of those games. Sometimes you go to Mackey and you're watching a game, and you just can't help but keep looking up at the stats because Braden's doing some wild stuff. And there was a point early where he had like 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals, and like 4 assists, and everybody in the building's looking up there every time he does anything. Like, where's he at? Oh my God. But he was everywhere. I mean, he had a behind the back tipped pass where he went behind his back, saw a guy about to throw a pass, and
Throw
tipped
it over
behind.
his head. Yeah.
Dude, it was wild. But yeah, his energy was contagious. I mean, exiting that first half, I walked out to grab a drink and was like, man, I'm so pissed off, but I'm not mad at Braden because he was all over the place. I really wasn't even mad at TKR. I just didn't think he got the ball enough.
That's what I said on the halftime spaces. Me and Jeff were talking. I was like, I just need everyone to get on Braden's level right now.
Yeah.
Like, move with a purpose. Like, this team is unstoppable when they play like this. And yeah, Braden, great game.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely thought it was one of those games that reminds you how good he is. He hasn't really had one where he did everything like that. And, he had the big scoring game against Bama, and he had one other game where he had a lot of assists, but not any points. And this was the first one where you saw points, assists, rebounds, defense. And you go, oh, shit, man, can we get more of that? Like, put that in my veins and feed it to me, baby. But
he got on
great
the floor, everything. So
yeah, hustling, and he did a lot of it injured because he got injured early.
Yeah.
Just a gutty performance by Braden. Was super happy to see it because after and honestly against Iowa State, he was one of the only guys that did that too. But this game really was put him on my back. I bet you there were some words by him at the halftime in the locker room. Purdue did put out a video. Of course, they left out the halftime locker room talk, which is the only thing anybody wanted to see. But anyway, we'll move on. Trey Coppin-Wren thought he should have got the ball more. Only took 11 shots. Thought he could have scored 40 if he wanted. 7 for 11 though. Took a horrible looking 3. Was when he took that, the whole building was like, whoa. Like, it never looked good. It was don't know why he did it, but whatever. Throws in 10 rebounds, gets 14 points, has a couple of assists, only 1 turnover. Was happy to see that. Just a solid game. I wouldn't say it was excellent, but the rebounding seems to be something that's not going away, and I'm happy about that.
Yep. TKR, legendary game. Like you said, like the post touches in the second half were leading to threes.
They were, yeah.
Really good, and you're in rhythm. Like, it allows you to get in rhythm, set up, and pop a 3. So
yeah, I don't think it's an accident that Purdue starts feeding the post early in the second half and then ends up making 6 threes as well in the second half. It's everything has a purpose and a reason.
We saw it with Edey, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gotta collapse on those guys because they're so good. TKR, Clough, even DJ, you gotta stay on them. You can't float out and help. And our guards are that good. So
yeah. I'll let you go first on Oscar Clough. That's kind of been your guy. I thought he had a great game, but you go ahead and tell me what you saw.
Yeah, Cloughed, man. He got stupid fouls. He he got 14 and 11 in 19 minutes. I mean, Clough, dude. He looked good. Braden's behind the back pass. His hands are always ready. He is one of the best pass catching big men in the country, and I'll argue with anybody about that. Like, to play with Braden as a big man like that, you have to have the hands. Like, not a lot of guys can do that. You saw it. I mean, with Will Berg even last year, just
Yeah.
looked out of place sometimes. Like, yeah, I love Clough. He's the guy. The Iowa State game, we're putting that behind us, and onward. I think he'll double up about every game when he plays at least 20 minutes. I just think he's a wrecking ball down there.
Yeah, I thought he was excellent. I'll tell you what, too, and that was the first. It seems like there's been like 3 or 4 now of those behind the back through traffic. That was the first one I've seen so far in person. It's incredible. Like, how Braden gets that ball through there, moving accurately, so fast. I mean, it was one of the most incredible things I've seen. And then I realized after it happened, like, he's done this 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
That's such an elite pass and so underrated. Like, I don't need, like, God, it's just crazy. Anyway, yeah, Clough was great. You're right. He does pick up some weird, stupid fouls. I don't know why. Like, it's almost like, to me, from what I saw from Clough, especially in that second half before he fouled out, the guy still isn't all the way there from a in-shape physical standpoint. He gets a
no,
little winded out there. There was a
yeah,
couple times before he came out of that game that I was like, man, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, look at Clough. He's like dragging up the floor. Like,
yeah.
I feel bad for this guy right now.
He's a
But
bully. He gets bully fouls.
mhm.
Like, last night he got a dumb one, just like checking this dude, like,
Yeah.
for no reason. Like, oh well, that guy knows he's there. It's kind of like the Memphis foul, the phantom foul. I think he really did push that guy in Memphis game, but that's well,
Yeah, I think he's like Edie. He's a little stronger than you think. So when he does
he's
bump a guy, it
yeah,
actually hurts.
he's mean, bro. He's a mean fella. I don't mind it. Get your fouls, fuck him. Oh,
Yeah, I
sorry.
mean, oh, yeah, 14-11. Obviously a very good game in 18 minutes. Just thought he was rock solid out there. 2 assists, no turnovers, plus 28. Just a really good game. I mean, I think he's shooting 72% on the season. Number
I'll
1
take it.
offensive efficiency in America.
Sick.
It's crazy, but yeah, great game from Clough. Let's move to his counterpart, Jacobson. I'll start by saying this. We look at these as 2 different players, but if we say that they're one player, like that's our center position, which I think is the correct way to look at it. They had 25 points, 16 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 assists and 0 turnovers.
Hell yeah.
That's what Edie did.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
Edie, but it's 2 guys.
2 players. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Jacobson plays 21 minutes, gets a little more run. So I was happy to see that, honestly. 3 for 4 from the line, not bad. Throws in 5 rebounds, but 3 are offensive rebounds. Draws 5 fouls. Thought that was impressive from him. Gets to 11 points, has 4 blocks, no other stats. But again, just having him in the game, his ability to block shots and catch lobs. And even though he did miss a lob and then like 2 plays later wasn't looking on a Braden pass.
That was Braden's fault. Braden should have shot that ball.
He should have.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. But Braden was like, I don't know if they showed it on TV, but Braden was very, very angry.
Yeah, I know he was. And I was saying, like, for what, dude? That was your fault. Shoot the ball.
Yeah, you got a wide open shot. He rolls to go get a rebound and you throw it at his head.
Yeah, from 18, it went over his head. I'm like, dude, I mean, but I feel like Jacobson did the wrong or the right thing there. I mean,
I'm with you.
He's a board man.
Well, I'm with you. And I also think that a lot of that specific spot frustration came from the fact that like 2 plays earlier, he'd missed a lob dunk.
You're right.
And Braden hates that.
He did. And I will say Braden was right there, but on that one, nah, bro. No.
Yeah. I just want to say, I think that DJ is one last thing I'll say about him. I think he's getting a little better. He's still not great at it, at embracing some of the physicality.
Oh, yeah.
drawing 5 fouls, getting some offensive boards. I think he's a little bit learning. He's still got to figure out getting his hands down. He got a ticky-tack foul on one of those, putting his hands down on one that should have been a block. But I just like that he's kind of leaning into this, man, I only got to play 20 minutes. I can be physical when I'm out here. And I do really like when he's in the game. We're more fun offense to watch. I love Clough, don't get me wrong. And he helps us way more just from a pick, setting screens, rebounding. But Daniel's just fun when he's in the game. I mean, that lob's there at all times.
Yeah, he's figuring out screening too. I saw him set a few solid screens for Braden last night. That was my only, I had a problem with that with DJ is dude, with Braden, you have to set solid screens because he uses that so smartly. And TKR does it great. I think DJ's finally getting the hang of it. He set a couple solid screens last night, so I'm happy for him. I hope the kid. I think he's a key element to us going far.
Yeah, and just as we're recording this, Iowa State is doing what they did to us to Iowa in the second half right now. Iowa had this game. They were up 7, and they haven't scored yet in the second half. So anyway, let's move to Fletcher real quick. I don't have a lot to say about him. I thought he was fine. I wish I could have seen a few more shots. I mean, he ends up only shooting, 4 times. Thought he passed up a few open threes, especially one where he drove. Just need him to keep that aggressive nature. Now, teams are going to lock in on him. I get it, but does go 5 for 6 from the free throw line, draws 4 fouls, does the Fletcher thing, ends up with 10 points.
Fall count 6.
Do what?
Fall count was 6.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, and that's probably being generous if we're being honest.
No, that's an accurate stat right there. Fletcher Falls was 6.
Oh Jesus. I bet you I wonder what a season average is. I'm gonna have to go rewatch every game and get averages on that. Does end up with the highest plus minus, tied with Oscar and Trey at 20 plus 28. So solid game by Fletch. What were your thoughts on him? Did you see anything that was concerning or anything along those lines?
No, with everyone else scoring like they did, and even CJ in the first half looking pretty aggressive. I like that version of CJ. I want it more. I just don't think Fletcher had to. But I don't know, man. It's like Painter says, the guy shoots 40% from 3, shoot more. Get him up, man. But honestly, it wasn't necessary last night. He played within his game. He didn't do stupid crap. Good.
Yeah. And you just mentioned him. We'll hit CJ and then a couple other guys, and then we'll kind of say our final thoughts and get out of here. This doesn't need to be super long. CJ plays 20 minutes. Like you said, did start very aggressive, kind of didn't do much after that, but hit a big 3 during that first or second half run. Goes 2 for 5, makes 2 free throws, 7 total points, has an assist, a rebound, doesn't really do a whole lot else. But I thought he was rock solid. He played defense on a guy, Cade Tyson, that's 6 foot whatever, 7, 8, and I thought he was excellent.
Yep. Locked him up. I mean, Cade Tyson didn't do a whole lot in the first half, to be honest. He stat padded in the second half.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look right here. Yeah, he ends up with 15, but he goes 4 for 11. 7 of those 15 were late free throws, where he was just stat padding, like you just said. So, I thought, excellent job by
everybody that
CJ.
guarded him. I mean, Jakari did a great job on him as well. So I just think, I don't know, CJ is falling too much into that role playing again. He's a cornerstone to our scoring if he wants to be. And I never get mad when I see, it's like lawyer shooting. I don't get mad when I see CJ take an open shot ever.
Yeah, well, actually, now that I think about it, the last few games, haven't we drawn up a couple things early for CJ?
Yeah,
it feels like.
We get run out corner threes from him.
But he's had a couple early mid ranges here recently. Like we're almost running something like, hey CJ, go get your mid range.
It's that Bama. That's what he did to Bama. I mean, the mid range, he lit him up there, and I don't know, man. I hate to see him be that much of a role player when he's that good of a shooter. It's like, you got the guns, feed the post, run a little action or around the 3-point arc, and get Lawyer and CJ some shots out there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. PJ's the mastermind that gets paid to do it, not me. That's just my idea, PJ, if you ever hear this.
Yeah, PJ. Listen to us, PJ. We know. We know better than you.
We know ball, dude.
I'm gonna throw in these last couple here together. I do want to briefly hit on Meyer by himself, but Jakari and Benter both played decent little minutes. Benter rebounded well, didn't really shoot it well. Jakari takes 4 shots, only makes 1, takes 5 shots, makes 2, makes 1 of 4 from 3, has 5 points. Thought Jakari was solid. As you know, he's now down to probably the 8th guy in the rotation, but I'll take it. I mean, solid defensively, didn't shoot any bad shots, didn't hit. Like, he was 1 for 4 from 3. Thought he could have made a couple, but and then Benter just I cannot understand how he's such a bad free throw shooter.
I don't know. It's
He's
not
just
far
bad.
enough away.
Yeah, I know. Like, can you go shoot a free throw from the 3?
Yeah. I don't know. I think as long as you're inside that little bubble, I think it's legal.
I mean, he goes 1 for 4 from the line. That was the weirdest part of the game for me, but does get 6 rebounds. So not a bad game by any stretch from Benter, but really didn't do anything that made me think he deserves a lot of minutes. And then last guy in that little group is Murphy. Only gets 6 minutes. Still cannot figure out why. Hits 1 3 on 1 attempt. I just need this guy in the game more.
I don't know, man.
He comes in the game every time, shoots a 3, it always goes in. Like, can we get this guy 4 threes a game?
I know.
I don't get it.
The best shooter in his conference last year. I mean, the guy can shoot. And his defense, honestly, isn't that bad. He's a big guy. He can handle a big guy better than Benter. We had Benter on big guys again last night. I'm sick of it.
Yeah,
Play him on a 3.
I think the thing with Murphy, and this is going to be his thing until he does it or he just won't play all year, is Benter plays 11 minutes, gets 6 rebounds. Murphy plays 6 minutes, gets 0. If you're going to be 6'8" and you're going to be in the game, you got to rebound. That's just what it is.
That's fair.
And last guy we'll hit on is Omer. Still not shooting the ball well. 2 for 6. And had a couple mid-ranges that didn't look very good. Does get 3 rebounds in this game, but no assists. So this is what's driving me crazy with Omer. You played 13 minutes. You didn't look to distribute the ball. You took 6 shots, which is the highest shot volume on the team again. If you're going to shoot it, you got to make it. If you're not making it, you got to distribute. I love the upside with Omer, but I'm getting frustrated that there hasn't seemed to be any sort of flip switched where we go, okay, let's stop hunting shots and start hunting our other guys.
Bingo.
It's I don't want to be an Omer hater because I think he is, by March, he needs to be where he needs to be for us to be able to win a national title. But right now, it seems like a lot of me ball and not a lot of we ball when he's in the game.
Yep. I don't know, man. Better figure it out, bub. Figure it out for Israel. Figure it out.
Yeah, and this is a game he could have played a lot. He sat for a very long period in the second half.
That's what Painter's going to do it. I mean, he got cooked bad.
Yeah, I haven't even gotten into defense.
Yeah. I mean, that's what was my thing. Like, yeah, he was forcing shots. Like, don't do that. Our offense is good enough. If you run the sets, you will be open at some point. Or TKR, who you need to get the ball to, will be in the post ready for it. Like, throw the ball down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm rooting for him. Don't get me wrong.
I am too. I'm a big Omer guy, but come on, bro.
Yeah. And he did hit 1 3 in this game. 1 for 3 raises his average. So that tells you all you need to know. He's just got so many tools. I just need him to open the toolbox up a little bit here. All right. Aaron Fine got into the game, didn't do anything, but I did want to mention that he got in the game because he's my guy. And every time I'm at a basketball game and Jace Real gets in the game, my dad has to remind me that Jace Real didn't even play at Kokomo. He couldn't even start at Kokomo. So not sure how the hell he ended up on Purdue, but shout out to him because he got somebody to let him in. Yeah. I think his dad is a buddy of Painter, honestly.
Booster.
But anyway, So yeah, Purdue ends up winning by 28. You know, it was a sigh of relief after that run in this beginning the second half. It was like, whew, okay, we can still do this. It's not all loss. You know, sometimes you think it's all gone, and then you got to remember that no, it's still there. But any final, you know, overarching thoughts or topics that you want to hit on?
No.
No.
Just play like the second half all the time. Like intensity. Intensity should be the word.
Intensity, want to, you know, whatever Braden did, just everybody watch that tape and go, I need to play harder. Like,
you ever seen Full Metal Jacket?
yes.
How he writes kill on his helmet?
Yes.
That's what I need, dude.
Yes,
I need that. Like, just these are not your homeboys out here. Kill. Like, after the game, shake their hand, but while you're out there, they should hate you.
And I tweeted that a couple times in my fit of rage. Like, we have no killer instinct. That's what it felt like. Like,
yeah.
And I've always felt that way about Purdue teams. Like, we don't put our foot on people's necks and bury them. But all right, let's do outside of Braden, player of the game.
Clough.
Okay. I love what Clough does.
Easily.
I just do. I'm gonna go CJ Cox because I just thought his defense on Cade Tyson against a guy that much bigger than him was exceptional. And it doesn't show up in the stat sheet most of the time unless you get steals. But man, he made life tough on him, and that's all I really wanted him to do.
That's what we want, man. Just make him hate the game.
Make him leave there and go, God, I'm glad we only played them once this year.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled about that. That guy was annoying.
Yeah. Anyway, good win for Purdue. Ends up being a 28-point victory. Any win in the Big Ten is a good win. That team beat Indiana. Let's not forget, Indiana got to start the season with Minnesota and Penn State, two of the worst teams in college basketball at the high major level, and they only won one of those two. So I don't know that Penn State will win a game in the Big Ten all year. They are horrible, and Minnesota might only win 3 or 4. They'll probably get a couple guys at their house, but still think Nico Medved's going to get that program turned around at some point. It's just tough, you know, first year in there at a school like Minnesota. So don't want to, you know, hate on Minnesota too much. I think Purdue just, unfortunately, Minnesota was the next team they played, and they needed to do that to them. So happy with the result. We're going to record the preview for Marquette here shortly, so that'll be out as well later. Do obviously hope everybody hits that like and subscribe button, leaves us a comment, says hi. We do appreciate everybody who watches us. You know, we both have pretty busy lives, and sometimes this feels like a grind, but we did get a comment the other day that lifted both of our spirits a little bit, that we give, you know, the honest review, honest feedback. And we're always going to do that. We're always going to provide you our version of the truth and what we believe, whether that's good or bad. You know, we're going to sometimes sound like we hate this team, but I promise you it comes from a place of love. You know, it's almost like when you have kids and they do something that doesn't make you so proud, and you have to really give them a scolding, but you know it's all coming from a place of love, and you just want them to be better, and that's what we want for Purdue. Give them your final thoughts, and let's get out of here.
Good game. Let's do it again Saturday. Boiler up. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace out.